I call to order the closed session meeting of the Mayor and City Council at 4:01 p.m. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome and thank you for being here, and thank you to those viewing remotely. Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Sanchez is not present at the moment. Councilmember Ibarra is not present at the moment. Mayor Pro Tem?
Here.
Councilmember Charette? Here. Councilmember Canas is not present. Councilmember Canas is not present at the moment. Councilmember Flores?
Present.
Councilmember Ortiz?
Here.
Mayor Tran?
Here.
And Councilmember Sanchez has arrived.
Thank you. Moving on to public comments for closed session. Madam City Clerk?
We have no request to speak for closed session.
Thank you. We will now convene into closed session at
will pay off. It's been almost 5 years, and not only I seen the change with my own eyes, but I also believe the everything that is happening on Studio D. Studio D was born from the vision of someone who ventured to invest in the city of San Bernardino, and from the dream not only of mine, but of those of us who have believed in the future of this city. San Bernardino is a city full of opportunities. Over the last 3 years, the Chase building, now known as Studio D, has been a significant contributor to the economic growth to this city. We have seen many businesses arrive. We have seen entrepreneurs start new business, a business they have for a long time dreaming on have that business. I've been able to be part of this transformation and collaborate with the development of this city. San Bernardino is a great city, and this is an achievement. But for more than that, I am honored to be able to help those people who have faith and believe in the prosperous future of the San Bernardino. Today, I didn't come to complain about what was not being done here in the city. I was invited to be recognized for what I have done. This is a compliment for me, something I haven't sought since everything I can do for this city, I will always do with gratitude and love for San Bernardino. Dear Mayor, esteemed council members, my voice is the voice of my community. And I ask that every decision you make be truly thought of the benefit of this city. There's no room for quarrels here. We are all here to move this city forward. To our new city manager, you are here because our leaders have believed in your ability. I ask you to make the entire San Bernardino community believe in you. Show us that those who elected you were not mistaken. Our city needs capable people to lead it, but it also needs people who loves the city like I love San Bernardino.
Well said. Well said. I got something in both my eyes. That was well done.
Is Tristan here? Okay. All right, do you guys want to come up for the Juneteenth? Would you like to come up to accept this Juneteenth proclamation? And your name is Justin?
Yes.
It's not Jerry?
No, so like Jared is also on for like okay.
And you're with them. Okay, we have the proclamation of the mayor and the entire city council proclaiming June 16th to 2025 as Juneteenth week of the city of San Bernardino, whereas Juneteenth, as known as Freedom Day and Emancipation Day, marks the historic moment on the June 19th, 1865, when enslaved African Americans in Galveston, Texas, were finally informed of their freedom. More than 2 years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation, and whereas Juneteenth is the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the ending of slavery in the United States, and stands as a powerful symbol of African American freedom, resilience, and achievement, and whereas the city of San Bernardino honors the significant contributions of African Americans to the history, culture, and progress of our city and nation, and whereas Juneteenth provides an opportunity to celebrate freedom, reflect on our nation's history, and recommit to the ongoing work of equality, justice, and community unity. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Mayor and City Council of the City of San Bernardino do hereby proclaim the week of June 16th to 22nd of 2025 as Juneteenth week in the City of San Bernardino, and encourage all residents to join in commemorating this important occasion through celebration, education, and reflection. Presented on the 18th day of June 2025, we have here Justin Smith. Tristan Douglas is here in spirit of the Only Empire Now. You want to say a few words?
Yes. And I do apologize for Tristan and Jared being late. My name is Justin Sexton, and I would actually like to praise both Tristan and Jared, two San Bernardino natives that collaborated in 2023 to create the Only Empire organization, which focuses on uplifting the creative talents throughout not just San Bernardino, but the entire Inland Empire region. And with myself, I'm actually from Richmond, Virginia, and I moved out here 3 years ago. And I'm grateful for San Bernardino specifically to take me in as one of their own and to work with two San Bernardino natives to create such a great platform to amplify creative voices. And because of our works with the award show, we do have a Juneteenth concert out at Algerin Park tomorrow with the City of San Bernardino Parks and Recreation from 5 to 9 p.m. I would love to see everyone come out here and have a good time. Thank you.
We will now move on to public hearing. As required by the Brown Act, all votes during this teleconference meeting will be taken verbally through a roll call vote. Is that correct, Madam City Clerk? Okay, thank you.
Yes, that's
This
right.
ensures that each member's vote is clearly stated and recorded for the public record. Item 3, under public hearing, fiscal year 2025 to 2029, consolidated plan and fiscal year 2025 2026 annual action plan associated with the Community Development Block Grant, Home Investment Partnerships, and Emergency Solutions Grant Programs. I'm opening the hearing at 5:18 p.m. Could city staff provide a presentation?
Thank you. Good evening, Madam Mayor and City Council. The item before you tonight is actually the second and final public hearing on the city's 2025 to 2030 Consolidated Plan, also known as the CON Plan, and fiscal year 2025-2026 Annual Action Plan. This information is intended to explain how the city plans to utilize its federal funds from HUD to support housing, homelessness, and community development initiatives. So on June 4th, we initially provided the draft CON Plan and Action Plan. There was one public comment which was received and incorporated into the draft document. If there are any comments tonight, it will also be received and incorporated into the document. As a reminder, the CON Plan is designed to aid the city in assessing affordable housing and community development needs. It also determines how funds from the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, also known as HUD. It defines how these funds are used, and the CON plan guides all of the city's future actions. Each year, we use the CON plan to develop our annual action plan, and that's more or less a roadmap providing specific details in regards to programs and projects which will be funded utilizing HUD funds. And of course, anything outlined in the annual action plan must be aligned with the long-term goals of the consolidated plan or CON plan. So the top chart actually provides an anticipated funding allocation for the next 5 years. As you can see, we're expected to receive roughly $12 million in CDBG funds, $5 million in home funds, and $1.1 million in ESG funds. The big, beautiful budget was passed, and for now, we are still holding true to our CDBG and home allocation. There has been discussion that there may be some reductions in future CDBG funds, but as of right now, we're still moving forward with this. And the first year allocation for fiscal year 2025-2026 is outlined. We actually received this funding allocation from HUD on May 14th. Let me make sure. Yes, we received our funding allocation from HUD on May 14th, and this will enter the city's coffers once our draft plan has been approved by HUD. And that's roughly a little over $2.7 million in CDBG funds, a little over $1.1 million in home funds, and $241,347 in ESG funds. The city actually released a NOFA in January of this year, and we were able to fund the following projects, which do align with HUD priorities, the community's needs, and are in compliance with the applicable federal regulations. There were a few organizations who were not funded, and they were not selected for one or more of the following reasons. Either their proposal did not meet the threshold eligibility requirement, they lacked sufficient alignment with CDBG program priorities and national objectives, and/or they demonstrated limited capacity to carry out the proposed activities or fiscal responsibilities and program deadlines. But I am happy to say that with the funding the city did receive, we're able to provide a wide range of services to individuals who are low income, who are unhoused, who are at that moderate income level, and that's from dental services to medical care to rehabilitation services, housing assistance services, and services to the unhoused community. We also have funding, as you can see, for our future housing project. We entered into an ENA with Jamboree. And then we also have funds allocated to assist individuals who are dealing with landlord-tenant disputes, and the city contracts with Inland Fair Housing and Mediation Board to provide those services to the city. We also have funding for family services, which intends to expand into our city, providing services specifically for our residents as well as the Salvation Army. And that's pretty much the highlight. Again, if we receive any public comments, that will be incorporated into this draft. At the conclusion of tonight's meeting, if there are no public comments, or if there are public comments we'll receive, we will upload this document into IDIS, and that's just HUD's format system, where they will begin the process of reviewing and giving us our final approval, and then releasing the funding to the city. Staff is available if you have any questions.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, do we have any public comments?
We have one request to speak from Scott Olson.
Hello, everybody. My name is Scott Olson, and I have 3 points to touch on. The main big one, is, of course, is the garden. That's what I picked up as my task. The first one is the police department and the funding of the vehicles. Okay, I'm not exactly on the same page with Teddy on a lot of things he does, but when it comes to our police department, common sense. Our police chief made a very good case, one of the best clarifications I've ever heard from a public official. It's common sense. You saw what happened in LA. Now forget about the politics, but let's look at how many police department cars were taken out in a matter of 15 minutes. Any little situation like that in San Bernardino, if you don't have the cars, our city will be impacted huge. Get him up the police cars he needs. Keep him in reserve. It's a whole lot easier to backfill a reserve than it is to scramble when you don't have anything and you're coming up short. The second part is the mayor's office. And I'm going to take a little historical trip back to the last mayor. A lot of you didn't like him. You wanted to punish him. You wanted to take out a vendetta on him, so you took it out by cutting the mayor's salary and the mayor's staff. He's gone, and the current mayor gets paid a pitiful amount of money for what she does. She should be making in the neighborhood of $150K if you want to be at the bottom end of normal. That's California. That's what it is. Also, her staff, one staff member, are you kidding? You want her to do all this stuff with one staff person? The government agency I worked at is a simple little water department. In order to run the same stuff that the mayor is going to have to do, they have 4 staff plus a supervisor. Okay? You want the mayor's office to do what you keep crying about? Then give her the staff she needs to get it done. Because guess what? All you're doing is hurting the mayors when you do that. And finally, the garden. I would like to thank Juan Figueroa, Treasurer Ortiz, Mario Flores, Kim Noss. Am I forgetting one? Oh, Sandra Ibarra. I would like to thank all of you for coming out and looking at the situation of the garden, because all of you saw something. You have a new project that you passed for the homeless. It's right next door. You're going to have issues. And if you don't know what's going on and you don't come to see it firsthand, you're going to get blindsided when the issues start popping up. The garden's a wonderful little jewel for this car. It's raw, it's natural, the birds, the animals, it's wonderful. You don't even have funding for it. You haven't had funding for probably more than a decade. Please, give them some small consideration concern. We're not asking for a whole lot, just to have water to water our plants for starting, a road that doesn't take out our tires, and some wood chips so we can keep the weeds down. The wood chips are free. That's the first thing. Fixing the water, that's a no-brainer. Anyway, thank you very much, and I hope when the budget comes out, some people get some relief that they need. Thank you.
Thank you.
There are no more speakers.
Thank you. I'm now closing the public hearing at 5:27 p.m. for deliberation and action. Do we have any comments? Councilmember Sanchez?
Move to approve.
Thank you. There's a motion. There's a second. Please call for the votes.
Councilmember Sanchez?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Councilmember Charette?
Yes.
Councilmember Canas? Yes. Councilmember Flores?
Yes.
Councilmember Ortiz?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Moving on to City Manager update. Mr. City Manager.
Yes, good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council and members of the community. It's my pleasure to provide you with the City Manager update. So in the past several weeks, the city has received numerous phone calls from residents asking about immigration enforcement in the city, and tonight I want to clarify several facts. Under state law, California Values Act 2018, SB 54, the city is restricted from investigating, interrogating, or arresting individuals solely for immigration and enforcement purposes. The city is not allowed to share personal information like home or work addresses with ICE unless it is already publicly available. San Bernardino Police Department cannot ask individuals about their immigration status, participate in arrests based on civil immigration warrants, or use immigration officers as interpreters. There is an exception in this law allowing cooperation with federal immigration officials in cases involving violent or serious felons. That said, San Bernardino and San Bernardino PD are also prohibited from preventing ICE from conducting an enforcement action in the city if one were to occur. Our San Bernardino police officer received a Medal of Valor today. At a ceremony earlier in Sacramento, Governor Newsom presented the 2025 Public Safety Officer Medal of the Year Valor to San Bernardino Police Officer Gabriel Rodriguez. Officer Rodriguez was recognized for an incident in December 23 where he heroically rescued a young child being held by a suspect with a gun. We want to congratulate Officer Rodriguez for this great award. We have a world champion in San Bernardino. Congratulations to our rising boxing star, Terrible Terry Washington, who on June 7th won the WBF International Junior Flyweight Championship. He remains undefeated with a 4-0 record, all by way of knockout. Terry is a San Bernardino native who trains at the Project Fighting Chance, located at the Ruben Campos Community Center, led by Terry Boykins.
I told you he'd be a champion.
We have some distinguished schools designations. Congratulations to the students and staff at Palm Elementary and Ramona Alessandro Elementary who were named California Distinguished Schools. The Distinguished Schools program recognizes schools that demonstrate exemplary achievements, and both of these schools were recognized in the category of closing the achievement gap and exceptional student performance. The California Theater for the Performing Arts has received 3 accolades from the 2025 Best of the Inland Empire Readers Poll that was just released by the Southern California News Group, publishers of The Sun and Press Enterprise. This 97-year-old theater, currently under renovation, was named Best Live Performing Arts Theater, Best Live Entertainment, and Favorite Kids Entertainment. We want to thank the SCNG readers and congratulate our operator, Theater Arts International Foundation. Openings and happenings. We're pleased to report that 166 new businesses obtained licenses in May. And these past 2 weeks, we celebrated the groundbreaking of the second phase of the county's public village housing campus, cut the ribbon of the East Side Skate Park at Spikeshire Park, and congratulated Cedar Point Chiropractic Group for their grand reopening following a major renovation of their location on Camino Real. The animal shelter. Animal Services now has a total of 5 per diem veterinarians on staff to help care for the pets under our care and perform spay and neuter operations. We're pleased to report in the past 2 months they have spayed and neutered 261 pets at the shelter to help alleviate the current backlog. Concerts in the park. The San Bernardino Sizzling Summer Nights concert series begins tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. with a Juneteenth celebration performance by the hip hop and R&B group Only Empire. With Roosevelt Bowl undergoing renovations, the first 4 concerts will be at Algon Park, with the last 4 taking place at downtown Court Street Square. Bring a blanket or chair along with your dancing shoes and get ready to have a great time. Mayor, that concludes my report.
Thank you so much. Great update. We are now moving on to public comments. At this time, public comments will be heard for items on the open session and items not on the agenda. To address the City Council, everyone must complete a speaker card and provide it to the City Clerk. Only those speaker cards turned into the City Clerk will be allowed to address the City Council. No late cards will be accepted. Each person should state their name for the record before beginning their comments. As your name is called, please line up in order announced. We have 2 podiums, one on each side, available for your convenience. Please proceed to either one as soon as your name is called. Once again, and if you require Spanish interpretation, we do have an interpreter on site. Please raise your hand at this time to indicate you would need interpreting assistance. In addition, we do have interpreting and listening devices available in the back.
En este momento se escucharán los comentarios públicos para artículos de la agenda y artículos que no están en la agenda. Para dirigirse al Consejo Municipal, cada individuo debe completar una tarjeta de orador. Se debe completar la tarjeta de orador y entregarla a la Secretaría Municipal en este momento. Solo aquellas tarjetas de orador entregadas a la Secretaría Municipal podrán dirigirse al Consejo Municipal. No se aceptan tarjetas tardías. Cada persona debe indicar su nombre para el registro antes de comenzar sus comentarios. Al ser llamado, por favor, forme una fila en el orden anunciado. Disponemos de 2 podios para su comodidad. Diríjase a cualquier de ellos tan pronto como se le llame a su nombre. Si necesita interpretación en español, tenemos un intérprete presente. La que está hablando, por favor, levante la mano en este momento para indicar que requiere servicios. También tenemos aparatos disponibles para escuchar la Junta en español.
Thank you. Gracias. We have 33 speakers tonight, and each speaker will have 3 minutes. Madam City Clerk.
Superintendent Mauricio Arellano, Irma Flores, Al Palazzo, Mike Hartley, Christian Shaughnessy, Kim Calvin, Luis Ojeda, Eric Marquez, Ronika N., Ben Pratt.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, Honorable City Council members, beautiful citizens of the City of San Bernardino. My name is Mauricio Arellano. I serve as the proud superintendent of the San Bernardino City Unified School District. I'm a proud product of the City of San Bernardino, and to be specific, 13th and F, so that's where it all happened. Let me begin tonight by just thanking you for your leadership and your service. Leadership is not easy, so please know that I see you and I value you, and we have faith in all of you. So thank you for your service to this city. I want to formally congratulate and welcome our new city manager, Mr. Eric Levitt. Looking forward to meeting him, working with him, and reigniting the bridge committee that we've been talking about over the last couple of years. So looking forward to working with Mr. Levitt. Want to thank my old friend there, Bill Gallardo, for his service coming back to the city of San Bernardino. We played Little League Baseball together at UCT on 7th and Waterman. Altar Boys at Our Lady of Guadalupe, man. So thank you for all your service. I'm here this evening to just share some positivity with our community today. And we're working on building that pride of the city of San Bernardino. So you have with you just a copy of a book that we call We Are San Bernardino. And the theme was What Brings Me Joy. So we're trying to create that pride in the city of San Bernardino, show everybody that good things are happening here every day. So please look through that book. We gave you some extras to put at City Hall perhaps, but we want to build up our kids because we have great kids here in the city of San Bernardino. But my last statement and what I'm really here for is to talk about keeping our brilliance right here in the city of San Bernardino. I've provided you a career technical education course guide, and this shares with you all of the different career technical education programs that we offer here in the city of San Bernardino. And we've been establishing some great working relationships across the city with our unions, with our county. At the moment, we're working on a program where we can create a pipeline of our students graduating from the school district with either their internship certification or their certification CTE and have them go straight into the workforce in the county of San Bernardino. So that's kind of something that we're working on with the workforce development. So I'm here to give ourselves an aspirational challenge and see if this is something that we can do, where we can keep our brilliant kids right here in the city of San Bernardino. And the problem is they've been leaving. And so we want to acknowledge that the brilliance is here, keep them here, and we can continue to work and build our city together. So if there's an interest in that topic, let's work together. I know maybe when the city manager's here, we can start kind of bringing that to fruition. So just wanted to reinforce with the council and the mayor, we're here to support you. We're here to support the vision. We're here to help you lift the city, and we're here to make the city of San Bernardino shine. So thank you so much for just giving me a few moments of your time this evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Sir, excuse me, sir, just really quick. This is some great art that's in here. I would certainly love for us to partner up with you to see if it'd be okay to display, just to showcase some of the artwork here along the walls. I'm not sure how we would be able to do that, but I'm suggesting that to see if we could somehow partner up with the district to showcase some of the great artwork that's in here and put it up on the wall for maybe a month or something like that, and we can, a replica or a copy or something like that.
Consider it done, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor Fulton. Excellent suggestion. Thank you so much, Superintendent. Next speaker, please state your name.
My name's Al Palazzo, Mayor, council members, City Manager. I want to thank Ethan Flores for asking all the good people who attend these meetings to make a positive difference for praying for me. For 2 years, I have reached out to you, Mayor, council members, 4 city managers through this microphone to share ideas to rebuild San Bernardino. I have applied for 2 jobs. No one will meet with me to have detailed, serious conversations, to hear these ideas, or to interview me. Mr. Wilson made a decision for you that you would not interview me, so you never considered my ideas. I will never stop trying to share ideas developed with my education and training, creativity, and imagination to rebuild San Bernardino. I will never stop fighting for social justice, sharing and explaining ideas to create economic opportunities to improve the lives of the people of San Bernardino. I congratulate the new city manager. I will be reaching out to you. I want to earn your respect, to have the privilege to have a seat at the table on your staff as a member of your team working for the good of the people of San Bernardino. We can rebuild San Bernardino through the ideas I want to explain. Nobody else will bring you these ideas to consider. Thank you again for your prayers.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
I have a hat today. I'm very happy with it, as you can tell. Now, I invite all of you to come take a tour of my garden. It's on 6th Street in Pedley. It's a community garden, and it's run by the Parks and Rec Department. Unfortunately, our Parks and Rec director has left us, well, our interim one. So I hope we find a good replacement. And I'm glad to see Al Palazzo here today. I heard he was sick, and I'm glad to see him doing better. And, oh, also, I just found out a group I'm a part of, the people of San Bernardino, has tiny pamphlets now. Isn't that wonderful? I'm very happy with them. They look great. Now, my garden. I would still appreciate if people on the dais would visit more often, especially the ones with glasses and over 60. I'm talking about Fred. We would love to have you. Oh, also Theodore, I guess, but also the mayor, I forgot. But of course you're all welcome. I would love to have you there. Oh, also my cat, she's doing well. She's coughing up more hairballs, which is good. Doesn't get stuck in that digestive tract. It's not healthy for them to consume their own hair, which is why it's always recommended to brush them in the summer. And I've recently gotten some Mexican sodas, you know, the ones in the glass bottles made with real sugar, and I don't remember what they're called or how to pronounce them properly, but I'm just going to list the flavors until I'm done telling you the ones I like. Lime, mandarin. I only like those 2 flavors. The rest, guava, pineapple. I think it's only 4 flavors. Also, I'm very happy with my cat. You know, I do believe I'm better than all of you because I have her. And her name's Frederick, like Fred. Reminds me of him. Acts like him, too. I wonder how long I will have her. She's 2. I've been fattening her up, as you see. Well, you would if you ever saw her. She is incredibly fat. And I've basically had nothing to say on this today. I mean, the items on the agenda are important, but unfortunately I don't feel any of them today. But I would like to still talk and encourage civic engagement here, even if it is for ridiculous things like the things I say. Bye.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hello, good evening, Luis Ojeda. I just want to tell the residents of the city of San Bernardino, this is what's wrong with our government. The city manager, former government, I think is the worst that we have. I'm going to give you guys an example. A few weeks ago, I came over here congratulating Ernesto, and Ernesto is no longer here. So they removed the sidewalk, they cut it out. Now it's unsafe. You're not allowed to walk through there. So you need to come down on the street. I reached out to Mr. Ling. I haven't heard from no one. So, and why is that? Well, let me guess. Because we're in a transition mode, which means nobody's going to do anything until the new sheriff comes into town. Meaning what? So why don't we stop paying these bureaucrats? They don't do anything. Give an example. A few weeks ago, I was so happy that, you know, we did a tour with Mr. Gallardo. I haven't seen those items that I brought up to you being taken care of. And I don't think you're going to be able to do them before you're gone, which is okay. This is what I learned about bureaucrats. They're very good at lip service. They say, yes, oh my God, you're right, oh, Mr. Ojeda. Yes, yes. And they let walk the calendar. So, Mr. Al, I don't know what's worse. If they haven't met with you, or if they do, and they just tell you what you want to hear, and then they hope that you go away, or they go away. And in San Bernardino, they always are the ones that go away because I've been coming here for almost 8 years. And I've been through like what, 8 city managers or 10? I lost count already. And at the end of the day, they don't care. Why? Because at the end of the day, they're going to collect their check, they're going to be gone, we're going to get a new one and cross your fingers to see you get somebody that cares. That's all it matters, for people to care. So that's why I think that we should revise this type of government. It's not working. It's never going to work. For the simple fact that we don't have a boss, we don't have a leader. Supposedly we have 4 council members that can dictate the agenda, and then we have the infighting, and then the mayor is basically a cheerleader, and then the city manager is the one in charge, but he needs to listen to the city councils. Do you see the dysfunctionality of this government? It's nonsense. You guys remind me of the PRI of Mexico. You guys talk the good talk, walk outside, and you see the mess. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker. If you heard your name, please come up to the podium.
Gregory Temple, Louis Matthews, Jim Smith, Alejandro Gutierrez Chavez, Harry Hatch, Pastor Paul E. Jones, Keith Benitez, Angela Wilkinson.
Thank you. If you heard your name, please start lining up behind the podium. Thank you so much. Next, please state your name.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Benjamin Pratt. I'm the Vice President of IBW Local 477, representing about 1,500 power professionals in San Bernardino, Inyo, and Mono County since 1906. We've been right here since 1906. I came here today to discuss with you some of the outreach that the IBW is doing here in our city. We're pretty proud of what we're doing. We're trying to build a true partnership with the city, as we have with Superintendent Arellano and our esteemed school board right next door. The people of our city deserve opportunity just as much as everybody does in Orange County or Los Angeles. And we at the IBW have decided to put our money where our mouth is and not just talk about it. We're going to be about it. So here's what we've been doing so far. The first thing that we started, again, was with San Bernardino City Unified School District. And we've been running a pre-apprenticeship program based out of San Bernardino High School. It's open to kids from around the district who are interested in the exploratory phase of the electrical field. Basically, our first year curriculum is given to them at no cost. If they complete our program, they are provided with a direct interview to our apprenticeship committee, which normally takes several months to make happen. And the reason that's so important is because we believe that we lose a lot of our young people, during that gap between graduation and employment. So we're really trying to bridge that gap and make that pipeline complete. We're thrilled with the board and the staff over there. Those guys have been great and willing partners, and we're hoping to establish the same relationship here in the city. We already are on the way, I think. Secondly, we have our Veterans Electrical Entry Program. This is for, really quick, let me rewind. I want to thank Mayor Tran for attending our San Bernardino City Unified School District pre-apprenticeship graduation. It was our second cohort. Thank you for taking the time to come and be a part of that. It was a special day, and we really appreciate your presence there. Thank you. Now back to our Veterans Electrical Entry Program. Our recently separated veterans from Fort Irwin, 29 Palms, and the Marine Corps Logistics Base, when they EAS, they haven't really had much opportunity. It's taken them a while. So what we've done is we've established the VEEP program, which allows them interim credentials before they EAS from the military. So that way, when they separate from active service, they are placed in our apprenticeship program. We are an international union, so wherever they're from, they can leave one of these bases and be placed in an apprenticeship at their home, or if they choose to, they can stay right here in San Bernardino. And we definitely encourage that because we want that kind of a talent here in our hometown. And I would like to thank Councilman Charette for always attending our VEEP graduations. We appreciate having you there, and also thank you for your service to the country, sir. Next, we have been reaching out to Project Fighting Chance.
Thank you.
I'm going to let Brother Greg Tibble take it from here. Thanks.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Gregory Temple, and that's actually my coworker, Ben. I'm a representative out of IBW Local 477. I'm a business rep. And I just want to give you a little history about the IBW and what program that I actually have. He's mentioning programs. I'm the director and started a program called ERP, which is Electrical Reentry Pathway Program. And the way we came up with it, I have a passion for it because I am homegrown here from San Bernardino. I can tell you about the Zodies that used to be up the dog pound, the old dog pound, Norton Air Force Base. This is my city. And so 40 years ago, I was actually incarcerated. And so the IBW actually gave me a chance, and I'm actually a 36-year member of the IBW and actually a business rep. And I can tell you this, my pension is so fat you wouldn't even believe it. And so the Electrical Reentry Pathway Program, what it does is I take individuals that were incarcerated or actually going into the prisons, and what we do is we give them a pathway to actually get employed by the local union. And once they complete the apprenticeship program, they will be making well over 6 figures a year with the pension included. And so with that being said, whenever jobs stay local, that's how we put these people to work. And that's how we are able to put more of them to work, by keeping projects local. And so with me being here, I'm the history of what the IBW has done. But through the ERP program, the gentleman that's going to speak behind me is somebody that just got accepted into our apprenticeship, and he was formerly incarcerated. And he'll tell you a little bit more about his story. And thank you very much for hearing me out. Thank you.
Hi, councilmen and councilwomen. I'm Louis Matthews. I'm part of the ERP program that Mr. Temple had discussed with you guys. I've recently was released from prison in 2023. I did half of my life in prison. During that time, he talks about opportunity to us a lot. And, you know, I had opportunity to take college classes in there, to take rehabilitation, self-help groups. And the whole time while I was in there, I was trying to get into the electrical field and, you know, get a trade there, which I was unsuccessful in. Being released, they have us go to this PAC meeting. And I talked to everybody in there just to get basic information to try to see, you know, if I could continue that pursuit to get into the electrical field. And that's how I stumbled across Mr. Temple at the IBEW. And his ERP program gives us an opportunity to be able to earn livable wages, to take care of our family. It's life-changing in a sense. So for me, you know, this opportunity, it gives me a chance to do something greater than what I've done in the past, and, you know, something to where I can, you know, I can say I can give back to the community in a sense, you know, and, you know, just redeem myself as well, you know. So I want to thank Mr. Temple for that opportunity that he's created, because if he wouldn't have done what he did, it would have been an extremely hard struggle to get into the IBEW. So I hope you guys support his program and keep it going, so that way more people can have opportunity when they are released, you know, to have a opportunity just to start over and, you know, just have a new beginning at life. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
My name is KR. I'm a resident here in San Bernardino. I just have something that I wrote that I'm going to read. Okay, so I stand before you today as a concerned resident, speaking for thousands of San Bernardino families living in fear. Our cities need immediate action to protect our community from hostile ICE enforcement tactics. 1 in 5 residents in the Inland Empire is an immigrant, and about 260,000 are undocumented. These are not just statistics. They are our neighbors, our coworkers, and community members who contribute to our city every single day. Our local economy depends entirely on these immigrant families feeling safe enough to participate in community life. San Bernardino gets most of its tax revenue from sales tax, and when families are afraid to leave their homes, they don't shop at our local businesses, including restaurants, shopping centers, local vendors, and other businesses. Thus, our budget crisis gets worse when an entire segment of our residents lives in terror under the presence of ICE. Speaking of our children, they're paying the highest price for this climate of fear. Family separations are traumatizing kids throughout our city. Parents are afraid to take children to school or seek medical care. Some of these children may end up in foster care when parents are detained. Recent research shows that after ICE raids in California's Central Valley, schools' absences jumped up 22% as parents kept keeping their children home. This isn't just cruel, it's destroying our community's future. The exchange of education and life opportunities for trauma and risk of endangerment is a wicked transaction. We're seeing this fear play out in real time right here in San Bernardino County from ICE enforcement. The climate of fear is getting worse within our community, and we've seen troubling patterns. Day laborers in Ward 2 facing harassment from code enforcement and street vendors being seized. The council has already let down the immigrant community before, and it's time to rebuild that trust and to take accountability to uplift them in their time of need. Meanwhile, public safety is at a risk in alarming ways because there are vigilantes who are now impersonating ICE agents. Furthermore, ICE agents have been caught pretending to be other government agencies, which is illegal under California law. Impersonation and disguise increases the paranoia of safety of our concerned citizens. It's not just about immigration anymore, but about basic public safety for everyone in San Bernardino. Even legal residents aren't safe from these operations. More than 75% of people booked into ICE custody in the fiscal year 2025 had no criminal conviction other than immigration or traffic-related offenses. Immigration is not a federal crime. Green card holders and other legal immigrants are being swept up in these operations, and less than 10% of those detained were convicted of serious crimes like murder, assault, robbery, or rape. These operations are hurting hardworking people who contribute to our community every day. And even then, the rule of due process must be exercised for the detainee as they have a right to defend themselves. Our city is at a...
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hello, my name is Keith Niedes. I'm here on behalf of the San Bernardino County Youth Advisory Board. I'm here today to speak in favor of the Rapid Rehousing Funding Agreement with Benjamin E. Jones. The agreement states that the mayor and city council authorize that the city manager or designatee to execute a homeless resource services agreement with Mr. Jones. The agreement states to designate $600,000 for rapid rehousing services and for it to not exceed the allocated amount. Furthermore, I and the other members of the county's Youth Advisory Board believe this is a perfect step forward to start lowering the numbers in the homeless population, providing essential programs such as rental assistance and support for rapid rehousing programs such as HAP. This isn't a decision I believe you should be hesitant towards. I may remind you that regardless of the numbers on this year's homeless point-in-time count did show a decrease in the population living in the streets, it still doesn't cover the entire total of unhoused or displaced families and individuals living in doubled-up housing or shelters. These individuals are struggling to make ends meet. I implore you to vote in favor of this agreement with the increasing uncertainty in our communities, as he has mentioned, ICE. Right now, we cannot be hesitant in making decisions on these issues. These are some of the most vulnerable individuals in our county, let alone our communities. These people need support, whether it's rental assistance to help cover bills, rapid rehousing to help families displaced through whatever situation they've been put through. These people need this funding to get the programs and support they need. $600,000 may not seem like a lot, but to programs that are vastly underfunded right now, they are extramental and important right now. I implore you to vote in favor of this and to speak with Benjamin E. Jones. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Evening, Council. Madam Mayor, my name is Harry Hatch, Ward 7. I'm here to talk about fireworks. Fireworks are a problem for this city specifically because you have an ordinance in place which allows the sale of safe and sane fireworks during a 5-day period in the city. Who is enforcing those permits? I've asked you that twice now, Fred. I'm still waiting. Again, this is an issue that you have the ability to make a decision on. All you have to do is say, this organization will take care of the city's city ordinance on permitted fireworks. But you have not done it, and in not doing so, you're leaving yourself open, wide open for a civil suit. Now, I'm even going to give you a little bit more help. I'm going to go out there on the 4th of July, and I'm going to buy safe and sane fireworks. I'm going to buy safe and sane fireworks that are sold by our city. But I live in the North End. It's not allowed for me to do that, but who's going to enforce it? I want to know where I can turn those fireworks in when I buy them. You're there, you can tell me. Who is going to enforce it? Please. That's all I'm asking. Just tell me who is going to enforce it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening, Mayor Helen Tran, council members. My name is Angela Wilkinson. I am an Assembly District Delegate for Robert Garcia for AD 50, and also a board member for the Colton Area Museum. First, I want to thank Mayor Helen Tran and Kenesha Boyd for informing me of the ribbon cutting of this skate park over in San Bernardino. It is just amazing, and that's what we need. Second, I wanted to mention on behalf of Director Peter Savella of the Immaculate Catholic Church Food Distribution, he asked me to speak on his behalf, reference Tom Minor Park in San Bernardino. I guess it's been a couple of years, he said, that it needs to be renovated. The kids are still playing on it. The fence has been broken down. But I was informed by Joe Baca Jr., Rep. Leanne, and said that that is in the process for this summer of 2025. So I did send an email on his behalf to Kim Kness. And if the city can inform Mr. Savala through his email when that is going to start, possibly start for that, because this playground is actually dangerous for the kids. Second, I wanted to invite everyone, including in San Bernardino, to the San Bernardino Luncheon Club and to hear our next guest speaker, which will be field representative of Senator Eloise Gomez Reyes, Michael Townsend, and that's going to be on this Friday, June 20th at Juan Polo Restaurant, and the topic is going to be legislative updates. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hello, my name is Pastor Paul E. Jones. To Madam Mayor and the City Council, amen, God bless you. I am the CEO for Benjamin Jones Community Resource Center here in San Bernardino. The Resource Center has been open up for 15 years. We enjoy what we do. We are privileged to work with several of the people in San Bernardino, naming the County of San Bernardino Housing and Homeless, the City of San Bernardino Housing and Homeless, San Bernardino Probation Department, Park and Recreation, 211, and a host of others. We have been working with them for over 3 years. We provide services such as food for low-income families. We feed the homeless, clothes. We provide hygiene, ID vouchers, replacement Social Security cards, birth certificates, and so on. Motel vouchers, temporary housing, permanent housing, and rapid rehousing for the last 2.5 years. A lot of this has been done out of our pocket. Out of my pocket. Correction. We say we give because, at Benjamin Jones Community Resource Center, we say we give because we're blessed, and we're blessed because we give. We love what we do, and we do what we love. So you can't stop us no matter what. Nobody can. Nobody but him. Amen. So we enjoy what we're doing. I thank God for the city of San Bernardino, that they have allowed us to do so many things in San Bernardino and work with so many different people. I appreciate you much. I invite each one of you all, even out in the audience. We have several different programs. We have over 9 different programs in San Bernardino County that we do every single month. Third Fridays of the month, we are at Paris Hill Senior Center from 8 o'clock until 11:30. We provide all kinds of services. We invite other people in San Bernardino that has like behavior health, animal control, and different services to come out. They come out and they help give shots to the animals. They do all kinds of stuff. Amen. Now I'm starting to get excited, so my preacher part is getting ready to show up in just a second. So, but on the third Fridays, we're at Paris Hill Park. At fourth Fridays, we're at Nunez Park. And at Nunez Park, we have a host of services. Thank God. I thank God for Vanessa. Vanessa works with Park and Recreation, has allowed us to work at these parks. And I invite anyone and everyone, come out and see what we do. And then when you come out and see what we do, come volunteer. Whatever you do, do not wear a suit, do not wear a dress. Come out there to work. The only way we're going to make San Bernardino greater and better is we work together. And I invite each one of you all to come out. We also work with Cal State San Bernardino. We provide food for them. We provide food for Valley College. We provide food and different things, hygienes and everything for Victor Valley College. A host of things for San Bernardino City and for San Bernardino County. If you want to do something for the city, come join us. Amen. But don't come out there acting like you're not going to work.
Thank you. Thank you. Madam City Clerk?
Martin Vilchis, Scott Olson, Hector Martin, Raul Godino, Acela Gudino, Dolores Armstead, Acela Obicor, I. Lockhart, Alexis Teodoro, Angela Lira, Arthur Anderson, Julia Stoddard, Lydia Savala, Venus Alfaro, Richard Mendoza.
Thank you. Please state your name for the record.
Hello, I'm Junior. I'm here to speak about the injustice that is currently taking place in the Inland Empire, especially in San Bernardino County. First and most and foremost, I want to acknowledge the land that we are currently occupied on, the First Nation people of Yuhaviantam, people of the Pines. I am here to speak in behalf of the day labor workers near the Home Depot on 21st Street. For the past weeks, these hardworking workers have been facing discrimination by the police. These workers just want to look for work. It is not fair for them to be racially targeted and harassed by Officer Devlin. What is the crime these hard-working people have committed just being brown in America? In fact, it is perfectly legal for them to ask for work in San Bernardino. Everyone in this room is aware of what's going on in our community. We have seen local street vendors, people working in the farm fields, people that are simply putting gas, people that are sick and wants to get treated in the hospitals, people that are selling merch in the swamp meets, parents that are just attending the grads with their children are being kidnapped by ICE in broad daylight. Who are the ones that are responsible for this chaos? I'll tell you who. It's the monsters that swore to protect the community from danger harms, yet they are harassing our communities. Does it sicken you, Council, to see families being separated right in front of your eyes? Does it bother you to hear that? Families right now are probably filing a missing person report for their loved ones. The sad part is that they don't even know that their loved ones were a victim of being racially targeted by white supremacist so-called ICE. Enough is enough. Ya basta. We are sick and tired. For the past 500 years, my people have been facing oppression from these colonizers. We the people are going to continue to fight for the liberation for our gente. We are not asking, we are demanding that our our native people be released and to be left alone. The community, the pueblo, is rising up together. The ancestors are right beside us. Free Palestine, free Congo, free Sudan, land back to all the native people of Turtle Island. Mishika Tiawi, Omethil, Aho.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
My name is Scott Olson. I'm a lifetime resident of San Bernardino. I was born here. I was privileged with my parents in the summers. They were both teachers, so I've seen all over this country. I spent my summers in Minneapolis. Minneapolis was a beautiful place, a fun place to spend your summers. It's such a mess. Most of the people I know that I grew up with, they left because it's that bad. It's becoming like California. Now, in my learning and growing up, I've come to realize one simple reality. And trust me, I've been up here hundreds of times. I've opened my mouth. People know I spoke the truth. But a lot of times it was in anger. I was mad. I was calling out against it. You know what? It didn't get me very far. Hundreds of speeches and very little to show for it. Simple reality is, if you want to know how to work in government and get things done, learn how government works. The city charter makes it very clear what city council can and cannot do. One of the biggest disgraces in this city is our current charter and the power it takes away from the mayor. You all want her to do things, but you don't want to give her any money, you don't want to give her any staff, and you don't want to give her any authority. And you wonder why things are the way they are. City Attorney's Office. We used to have two very strong city attorneys over a 50-year period. Go back and look at how much they cost the city compared to what it costs. It's not BB&K's fault. Simple reality. In the state of California, if you have an elected city attorney, he is the police chief of the elected officials. In other words, he can hold them accountable. You voted that away. Now you have a charter that says BB&K by law cannot be the police chief. You wonder why you have more legal costs? Because BB&K's hands are tied. Your hands are tied as a city council and mayor. We're stuck with it. We have to learn to work with it. We don't have a spending problem in San Bernardino. Look at the income that goes into Fontana. Look at the income that goes into Rancho Cucamonga, Ontario. We have a revenue problem. You wonder why they're doing better and why they spend less on their... They're not spending less on their police department. They have $100 million plus more in income. That way, it's not a high percentage. The police department here, calls for services, should have more money than all of those cities I mentioned because of the job they're stuck doing. But because we have a revenue problem, that's our issue. The budget is passed. You can only do what you can do. I get it. I did my little plea for the garden. Oh, by the way, thank you, Eric, for bringing up your cat. You see, I have several cats, and I love my cats, but I need to get rid of some. They need a forever home. A lot of us are dealing with that in this city, and we get no help from the city. We get stuck with it because the city just doesn't want to deal with it. And you want us to support you? Why? Anyway, it's a time to work together. It's time to get things done. It's time to put the process first and the emotions last. Thank you.
Next speaker, please state your name.
Hector Martinez. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm a daily labeler here in the city of San Bernardino, specifically of the Home Depot of the city of San Bernardino. The reason to come here in this meeting, because of the last time that I was here, asking for justice for the daily laborers. We're essential for here. We deserve the respect. I'm asking, I'm claiming for specifically an officer. I don't have the name, but we have evidence. We have video, we have pictures of this officer. The weekends he goes on Saturdays and Sundays. It's the only officer, I want to be very clear, the only officers are not bothering us But this only officer, only Saturdays and Sundays. Right now, we are asking from all the daily laborers from Home Depot, we are asking from the sheriff, from the police department, only that officer, it's only one officer. We have him on photography and video. Every weekend he goes out and disturbs us from Saturday and Sunday. We are asking, we're pleading us to please, on the name of all the daily laborers, to stop bothering us from this Saturday, please. It's only one officer, like I've said. We have evidence that he is bothering us, he's mitigating us. We just want justice to be done to us. Thank you. God bless you.
Gracias. Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening, council members and Mayor Helen Tran. My name is Raul Godino, and today I come to speak to you regarding an issue with investors coming into our city and putting in halfway homes that are filled with rapists and child molesters living next to our women, children, and families. I was born in the city and I lived in it my whole life. I went to Aquinas High School, Cal State, San Bernardino for my bachelor's, and currently am there for my master's in public administration. And I work in the city. I grew up here. I love the city. I will do anything for the city to be better and to come out ahead. Seeing my community, the one I grew up in, filled with love and families, to be filled or to be bought by an investor next to my parents' home, to house not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but 6 rapists, convicted rapists, 2 of them being child molesters, and the number keeps counting every day, every week. My parents live in fear. My community lives in fear. Neighbors, children, next door to that house on the other side, there's a small school bus that picks up a child every day. Down the street are multiple children taking the school bus, hundreds of children every day, living that close to so many convicted rapists and child molesters. It hurts to see my city let these people come in and put these people who hurt us so close to our proximity. I don't see any of these investors going into Beverly Hills, going into these prominent, wealthy areas, but they come here because they think we're not going to have a voice. But we are, because members of the city love the city. I want to see it come out ahead. I want my community to be safe. I want my members to be able to play outside in the street and be okay and not worry about somebody doing something to them. I have a 6-month-old child. I have a 4-month-old niece and a 7-year-old nephew. We can't even go outside in our own backyard and play in peace because we feel their presence looking over our yard, living right next door to them. It hurts to know that my son cannot go to his grandparents' house, to our house, and have a good life because I have to live in fear. They have to buy a whole new security system just to sleep better at night. But seeing them every day, the number keeps rising of whoever lives in there. It truly does hurt. And if you think that this can't happen to you or in your community, it can. It's happened to me. I never thought it would, and it did happen to me. We can't let these investors come in who live outside of the city, put all these people. And Juan Figueroa, you're currently in my Ward 3. I tried calling you, but your number on the website has a dead dial tone. And the city clerk number is a 090 area code, which is also incorrect. So I look forward to hearing back from you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening, council members. My name is Acela Obiakor, and I've lived on Poplar Street for 32 years. I'm here tonight on behalf of my family and our longtime neighbors, many of whom have worked hard to preserve the safety and integrity of our community. For decades, we've had little to no crime. That changed when my next-door neighbor's home was purchased by an out-of-town investor with no ties to our neighborhood. That home is now occupied by 6 convicted rapists and child molesters and counting. These are not low-risk individuals. They are repeat high-risk sex offenders placed just feet from where our children play, my children play, and our family live. Every day, a school bus drops off and picks up children just steps away from this house. A special needs bus stops directly next door. These predators have been placed in direct proximity to the most vulnerable neighbors, and we are terrified. This is just not about fear. It's about responsibility. The situation was created by investors making money at the expense of our safety and by a system that allows it to happen. We are pleading for your help. Help us find a legal and enforceable way to get these predators out of our community. Help us stop the practice of placing high-risk felons in stable residential neighborhoods like ours. And most of all, help us protect the women and children and families who deserve the basic right to feel safe in their own homes. We will not stop here. I and others from other neighborhoods, from our neighborhood, will continue to come back to these meetings until something is done and I am contacted directly with a plan of action. We are not going away because our safety is not negotiable. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Okay, thank you. Push the button. Thank you, sister. I am Lockhart, Ipiani Lockhart, and I'm here today to say thank you to the mayor and city council for recognizing Juneteenth and having a Juneteenth week here in the beautiful city of San Bernardino. Some of you may know me as the host of the one of the hosts of the I Love San Bernardino County radio show with Robert Porter, and we've had a number of the city council members and a few of the city members and many of people on our show. But I just want to say that San Bernardino, being born and raised on the west side of San Bernardino, and a product of the San Bernardino Unified School System, you know, go Coyotes, go Roadrunners, Cardinal Pride, go Wolverines, go Yotes, right? I went through the whole thing, and I really love and care for this city, and I know that there's many people of character and goodwill and do many of great things throughout our community. Hearing the pastor speak earlier about what they're doing at Paris Hill Park, it's going to take that kind of effort as a community, because we can't just sit here as residents of the city and county and country, state and country, right, and expect the leadership to solve all these issues. We have to be willing to roll up our sleeves as individuals, as part of humanity as well, because we're all blessed to be alive, and we all are blessed with this gift of life within the living. So I hope that we can get to a place where we respect one another. We're not going to agree on everything, but there's we have more in common than we have differences. I just want to uplift a few events that's going to be happening in our wonderful city. Once again, the recognition of recognizing Juneteenth, that's going to be happening tomorrow, June 19th, at the park. I forget the name of the park. It is not on the flyer that I have. I don't want to butcher it, but you know what's happening here in San Bernardino. Also, I want to uplift that there is a prostate wellness workshop that's being orchestrated by the Inland Empire Black Workers Center, and that's going to be taking place this Saturday, June 21st, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. You could go and find it on the Inland Empire Black Workers Center's Facebook page, or you could go to their website to sign up. Specifically for African-American men, we have some of the worst health outcomes in this country, and often we have so many of our community that are passing earlier than they should to preventable diseases. So it's so important as African American and as men in general to be more proactive with our health. I encourage all of us to take care of ourselves. Taking care of ourselves is love for ourselves, so to love ourselves. And finally, I want to welcome everyone out to Village Talk, Community Healing. This is presented by my company, Motivational Realizations. It's going to be happening at Operation New Hope. It's a kind of a healing circle community talk, and it's going to be taking place Saturday, June 21st from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can go to my Facebook page, Ipiani Lockhart, to find out the information and register. Once again, thank you for your time, and God bless each one of you, and love you guys as well. Thank you. Hello.
Thank you.
Hello.
And it's Al Gouin Park. Next speaker, please state your name.
Richard Mendoza. Okay, I think we've all met before. I've been here before several times, all right? Same thing's going on over in my neighborhood. Besides them and the rapists and stuff, I got a whole bunch of people living in the darn riverbed over there, okay? Homeless. Nothing's going on with the homeless. What's up with the homeless? What are we doing with it? We're not doing nothing. Everybody's giving me that look. Freddie, talk to me. What's up? Nothing? Okay, all right, good. Look it. I'm talking about the trucks. You know I'm talking about the trucks over in my area, the trucks in the school. There's a school there. You know the school, The Rock? Okay? Little kids. And you guys have no kind of empathy for these kids, all right? They're turning around, they're spreading asphalt on the ground. You know asphalt's like a killer. Later on, it's like cancer, okay? Breathe some of it. Take some of it and breathe it and see how you feel after you breathe it. My buddy right here, Chris, can you stand up, Chris? Oh, see his hand? Okay, Chris, all right? He has problems a lot of times breathing over in that area. He's right next door to one of the truck places that calls it a truck stop. How could you be a truck stop when you're not really a truck stop? You just come there, buy the land, and you start opening house, okay? Look at this. This is revenue. Has he ever came up here and got a license? I don't think so. I don't think he ever has, you know, which is really sad. How can you let businesses open up and they're back there in the back and they're open up and nobody worries about getting that little fee there for the city? I mean, that's revenue, isn't it? If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Oh, okay, all right. That's all right. I'll settle for that, okay? But the main thing is what I've been telling you is about those trucks. My man can't even sleep at night, okay? And he works in the morning. He goes to work. Don't you, Chris? You work with your friends, okay? And he's got to get up in the morning. They got reefer trailers running all night. In that area, there's a state law that you can't run that reefer at night in a residential area. You can't. You got to be on the place where you're delivering that stuff to. Okay, the yard that you're delivering it to, you got to be on that yard and you can run it there. Okay, but what's going on? Nothing. But I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back to talk to you again. I'm just going to have to keep coming back till you get tired of seeing me. All right? Freddie, I like you, man, but not good enough to vote for you, pal. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. My name is Angel Lira. I'm an organizer with the Pomona Economic Opportunity Center, and I'm here to speak on behalf of the day laborers near the Home Depot on 21st Street. So day laborers are a vital part of San Bernardino's economy and community. They are working people, and many of them arriving in trucks looking for honest jobs. But in the past, and still right now, they've been ticketed just for parking in the nearby lot where they stay, looking for work that's vacant and unpaved. We came last month, and we were able to come to agreement with code enforcement to stop the harassment, but the day laborers are still being harassed by police officers, specifically Officer Devlin. In addition, we had a concerning situation this week where officers came to tow a day laborer's car and give him a ticket. And when we asked for their badge number and identification, they said verbatim, they don't need to give us that information. Especially right now with all the concerning issues with ICE and individuals dressing up as ICE to go kidnap a lot of these hardworking immigrants, we want to tell the city about that situation, and we want to make sure that that doesn't happen again, and also for the police officers to stop harassing the day laborers. In addition, we're asking the city to support a real solution, a day labor center, on a portion of the large lot next door, parcel 0144-04265, which is already an active auto dealership. It's commercial, it's paved, and it's built for vehicle activity. It's the ideal place to bring safety, order, and dignity to a hiring zone that already exists informally. And we want to keep things moving. These day laborers have been experiencing fear. A lot of them haven't been showing up to the corner looking for work. They need to pay rent, they need to pay their bills, but they fear that they're going to get kidnapped by ICE. And we want to make sure that they're being kept safe and they're not experiencing police harassment on top of that. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
My name is Arthur Anderson, director of the nonprofit People of San Bernardino. I'm here to speak about a few things. I do want to congratulate Maribel Santa Cruz for Citizen of the Month, a good friend and ally of ours. I also wanted to speak about the Valley View neighborhood that Richard Mendoza was talking about. In many of my endeavors as a field operative for different campaigns, that neighborhood seems to suffer exceptionally more than most in regards to pavement and enforcement of code. Many of the residents there will park their cars in front of their own houses and get cited, while trucks parked in the same neighborhood will not be cited. As Richard Mendoza was commenting, they'll run all night and violate city codes on a regular basis. So citizens are typically held accountable, but the truck industry is not. And I think that's why Richard's one voice, but I've heard that story at least 50 times, and there's about 500 people that live in that neighborhood. So I think it's important that members of the council and mayor take that seriously and see what's going on over there. I myself am encouraging anybody that lives in that neighborhood, it's called the Valley View neighborhood, to form the neighborhood association and participate there, try to get solidarity as a group. I'm also here to speak about some of, I think is an issue with the city, and that's the understanding of what graft is. Both honest graft and dishonest graft, which is rampant in the city. People commonly call that corruption, but corruption typically is decided on something that is illegal or something that is exchanging cash for bribes or something like that. But graft is a lot more complicated. Graft, such as what's going on in BBK, is not that they are paying city council members or the mayor or anybody for the privileges. It's that they are lobbying so strong and diligently that you wouldn't even consider putting up their contract. That is an example of graft. I think the community should really, and thank you, the community should get informed by reading Tammany Hall Plunkett, Washington's book, Tammany Hall Plunkett. In that book, it's only 100 pages long, and I highly recommend every city council member reads it. It's a way to better understand what it means when someone comes up here and calls out corruption. That part needs to be understood by both the community and also the city council so that we can avoid making those mistakes. Some of you up there have been accused or written up for pay and play, and some of you do this on a regular basis. Maybe you don't know. I do want to make sure that you're informed about that, and I think the best way to get informed about that is to educate yourself. It's a short book, Tammany Hall Plunkett, Washington. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hello, my name is Julia Stouter. I am also a San Bernardino native, a cowboy from Cajon. I'm here to talk about the crushing reality of fascism in our country from our federal government. I'm going to call it what it is. I'm going to use the big F word. It is fascism. And anybody who thinks that not kidnapping, disappearing human beings off the streets because they're from like hundreds of miles away, their crime is being brown. That's it. And they're getting taken literal concentration camps. We all remember those when we went to school, right? That's where our federal government is sending immigrants, fathers, brothers, sons. But you know what else? Where are the women and children going? Does anybody know where the women and children are that are being disappeared off the streets all around our country? Anybody want to think about them? They're real people too. And that's been a problem in our government, in everything. There's such a lack of humanity happening. If you think that the policing and if you think that controlling immigrants is good, you're a fascist too. That's just a fact. The people will not tolerate it anymore. The people are mad and they're understanding that it is us against them. You are us. You're here to represent us. Our police force here in San Bernardino are meant to protect and serve the citizens of San Bernardino. And immigrants are San Bernardino. Sorry, I'm gonna look at a note real quick. I would like to propose, I guess the biggest thing here is that San Bernardino proclaim itself as a sanctuary city. I know it's redundant on top of California's sanctuary state laws, but I think it puts a heart into our city that nobody else could have. You can see the love that we all have for each other, that we all want to defend each other. You can see communities across the country protecting their neighbors from ICE agents who are disappearing their neighbors off the streets. So I propose that we become a sanctuary city to protect those in San Bernardino, both citizens and immigrants that came to this country for opportunity. Free Palestine.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening, San Bernardino City Council, Mayor, City Manager, Interim City Manager. My name is Alexis Teodoro. I'm the Worker Rights Director for the Pomona Economic Opportunity Center. Madam Clerk, I don't know if you submitted my memo to the council. You're not going to pass them out? Okay. I will email it then, since Madam Clerk is not giving you the memo. So we're about solutions. I think we've been dealing with this issue for more than 10 years. And we're at the point where we want to talk about solutions. The memo that I wrote for you is a real conversation starter. We would like to not make public comment on a non-agendized item. We request today that we want to put this item on the agenda. We invite the mayor to help us with that. And there's a lot of, we also want to meet with the chief of police. The day laborers have asked us to get a meeting with the chief of police. We want to meet with the chief of police as soon as possible. His officers, which are also your officers, are racially profiling the day laborers. You should be careful about that. You should be careful what your officers are doing in the field. You could be open to liability in some ways. Please be careful with that. I also want to give a summary. I do want to thank Councilwoman Ibarra. She's not here. But Interim City Manager Bill, they did take the time to meet with us the last time we came, so we appreciate that. Thank you, city staff who met with us. And I think we'd never heard from you, City Manager Interim Bill, about the proposed temporary solution that we brought it up in that meeting. I can repeat it here. In order to prevent day laborers to go into deeper holes of poverty, because day laborers are already stuck in cycles of poverty because they're underemployed and they're overly exploited. You're still giving them tickets because of an owner of a private lot who doesn't want to fence nor pave their lot. The ticket and the municipal code that's being used to criminalize the day laborers is because the lot is not, there's no payment there. So we have asked the city manager himself, and now I'm asking the whole city, we want to have a temporary moratorium. Thank you, the manager of the code enforcement officers. We came to a real peaceful resolution by conversing. We would like to have the same solution with the police department. We do not want any day labor being taken anymore unless we meet about the solutions in the memo. A day labor center will help your economy. If we have a revenue issue, guess what? With the day labor center, we can fix it. Please, we want to meet with the chief, mayor, we want to meet with you, and we want to be on the agenda at the next meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Wait, so I have to, okay, it's on, perfect. Hi, my name is Venus Alfaro. I'm an organizer with the Pomona Economic Opportunity Center. And kind of wanting to reiterate everything that some of my colleagues have said. The day laborers at the Home Depot on 21st have been getting harassed consistently by the police, getting cited, and it's a big problem for the day laborers who are already struggling to make ends meet, trying to look for work. We want to ask that you work with us, the Pomona Day Labor Center, in trying to create a solution so that day laborers can work without fear of harassment, without fear of ICE coming and kidnapping them. And one of those solutions would be creating a day labor center. We've seen it successful in Pomona, and it's something that could greatly benefit the day laborers here in San Bernardino. Also help them in becoming more active members in the economy because they'll have a safe place to find dignified work. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Lydia Savala. I'm here to discuss animal services as usual. It has been over 20 years since I served on the board of directors for a nonprofit called SAFTA, Santa Ana Friends for the Animals. We were affiliated with Santa Ana Police Department Animal Services seeking to reduce the pet overpopulation. How do you do that? Not by making a declaration using the miracle of no kill next year. The city of Santa Ana hired a statistician to mathematically calculate the number of animals to be spayed and neutered annually over a period of 5 years. They created an aggressive program offering subsidized spay-neuter. There were posters everywhere in English and Spanish in libraries, vet offices. Spanish language radio was also used, touting the benefits of spay-neuter. A significant decline followed these efforts. How does our city do it? We gaslight. The metrics of the model used to represent success in our city do not represent the reality of our city. Think of it this way. I've got 4 monkeys on my back, 8,000 animals. I get rid of the first monkey by closing the doors to the not-so-magic kingdom, refusing to accept, and when we do accept animals, we charge $200. This results in dumping every day. Staff is encouraged to leave animals where they were found, increasing the likelihood of death through coyote starvation or getting killed by a vehicle. In this model that's used by our city, dead animals do not count. Shoo, shoo, and poof, 1,600 animals are rendered, and 1 monkey is off my back. I get rid of the second monkey by moving at deliberate speed with no immediate plan to get rid of the distemper virus and get it under control. A month goes by, hundreds of animals die. This was not the city's first rodeo after 5 years of outbreaks. Others get mauled or euthanized due to behavioral issues. Wow, that was easy. I just got rid of 50% of my inventory, and I only have 4,000 left to deal with. This is the beauty of the life save rate. The third monkey gets off my back by persuading nonprofits to take animals without spay-neuter and no accountability, unlike the county of San Bernardino, who requires proof of spay-neuter. Our city doesn't care. If you don't provide proof to this county, you're eliminated as a partner. The fourth monkey I get off my back by relocating, transferring, fostering, and offering free animals. That's about 1,100. So what's missing from this picture? What's missing from this picture is spay-neuter in the community that's subsidized. You took our money, $300,000 for spay-neuter, $200,000 for operating expenses of the 1.1 million mobile veterinary clinic in the community, and now our city is paying the price. As the saying goes, no matter how much lipstick you put on a pig, it's still a pig, and we have one hot mess.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Yes, my name is James Smith, Honorable Mayor, Honorable City Council people, and specifically the Superintendent of Schools who stayed for the entire evening tonight. My name again is James Smith. I'm the chairman of the Arts and Historical Preservation Commission here in San Bernardino. We just recently had our last meeting. We had a full quorum, had a tremendous presentation from the Arts Council of San Bernardino County. And we need the public to see this. Right now, our meetings are not televised. No one really knows what we talk about. The people on the, I don't know how you could facilitate that in the future, but we talk about very positive things that are happening in the city of San Bernardino, but people don't know about that because it's not publicized as other meetings are. So if that's any possibility in the future, I would encourage you to do that. But I want to take a specific moment right now to congratulate the superintendent of schools. He's doing a tremendous, I've lived here my entire life. I graduated from San Bernardino High School, and I've never had a district superintendent that has the quality and the leadership to move this city forward. That's the future of San Bernardino. That's a very important part of our future. You're an important part of our future. Let's all be on the same page to move our city forward. Again, the presentation was from the chairman, Alejandro Gutierrez, of the Arts Connection Arts Council of the San Bernardino County. I hope you would have the time at a city council meeting, because it'll be televised. I think the public needs to know what they're doing to move the city forward with the Arts Connection Arts Council of San Bernardino County. And I want to thank you for the opportunity to be part of the future of this wonderful city. You are doing a tremendous job. I want to also mention Councilman Ortiz, who comes to our meetings. I appreciate what you're doing, all the council people with the roads, the positive things you're talking about. We're moving this city in the right direction. We have a bright future, and it's great to be a part of that here in the city of San Bernardino. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hello, Dolores Armstead. Good evening, Mayor and Council. At the last council meeting, you all sat and likened and then approved Councilmember Sanchez bringing forward at the last minute a request to add $5 million to our budget. Of that budget, it just so happens that 3 of the budget items are for election donors that have given to his campaign for over several elections. Did you know that? You need to know that. The people need to know that. Somebody's been paid. Councilmember Sanchez thinks that we are all illiterate and basically stupid, as he didn't think that we would be savvy enough to check into his political financials. Well, we do, and we know how. But the worst part of this is his corrupt acts is that the sitting council allowed him to do this without any question. Why? We got to look at all your financials, all your political financials to see what's going on. These types of allowances continue to prove that San Bernardino City Council continuously chooses not to govern themselves. You're letting big money govern you. How can this city move forward with leadership that does things like that? That is why San Bernardino is still rated the most corrupt and dirty in California. Can we change that? I know we can, but it's you up there that have to make it change. We can complain, but only you can make the change. Please help us. Change the city. We deserve better. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Kimberly Calvin here. And I definitely want to say that I echo the majority of what everybody has said tonight, and they're basically pleading for you all to do something different than what you do. The status quo is not acceptable any longer. But I wanted to address some issues regarding the integrity and the nefarious actions of this council. Last week, I watched a press conference held by Attorney Gage on behalf of the claimant Pellis. It seems that many claimants against the city have something in common other than the nefarious acts leading to these claims being filed. But the name JL Group stood out to me. JL Group is the investigation company used by the city of San Bernardino on the majority of investigations that have been called into question, particularly the city manager recruitment, of which Ibarra, Sanchez, Surratt, and Figueroa chose to pay Steve Kerrigan $800,000 with never working a day in our city. Last meeting, Sanchez decided to pose questions as he defended the council's choosing not to support an RFP process for bidding for city attorney rates. The questions surrounded the need to increase legal on our budget, and if council members suing the city was a reason for increasing the budget. Councilwoman Ortiz shared with the community that City Attorney Carvalho had mentioned to her that council creates many of these lawsuits. Attorney Carvalho has shared the same sentiment with myself as well. To support this position by which the city gets sued, Councilmember Charette should share with the community exactly when he was informed that Councilmember Alexander left his recruitment book at a public event over a weekend and it was returned to the mayor's office. I'll tell you that this took place before we chose a city manager, but Ibarra, Sanchez, Figueroa, Mayor Tran, and Charette, and BB&K did absolutely nothing but continue to fabricate and lie and assist the JL group in creating a false report against myself and Councilwoman Ortiz. Attorney Gage also mentioned former city manager Clayton's claim that she shared with Councilmember Charette when he came to her to validate the JL Group's investigative reports, and particularly fabricated report established against me. Charette asked specifically if the reports should be reviewed. The answer given to him was yes by former city manager Clayton and attorney Irma Moisa Rodriguez. Councilmember Charette, did you go to your colleagues and share that you had received information from an attorney, from City Manager Clayton, that those reports should be reviewed immediately? No, you did not. And this is one of the reasons our city gets sued. The council before you and are not only aware of the issues that lead to the claims against the city, they actively participate in them by withholding the truth, ignoring the truth, and acting without legal guidance, as Attorney Maldonado stated last week. Nefarious, City Manager Canas? Indeed.
you.
But you might want to look to your right and your left because that's where they're sitting.
Thank you. Thank you. Madam City Clerk?
And that concludes the speakers. We did also receive written comments that have been provided to the council on the dais and are available in the agenda backup.
Thank you. We will now move on to the consent calendar, items 4 to 15. Mr. City Manager, do you have anything to announce?
Yes, Mayor, members of the City Council, we'd like to pull item number 8. We want to bring that back at a later date. We've got a little more work to do on that item, so let's pull item 8. We'll bring it back when it's ready.
Okay, thank you. That should come back the next following meeting, or
Say again?
will that item come back the next meeting? Or
Next
take-
meeting if it's ready, or the meeting after.
Okay, got it.
That's
Thank you. And Madam City Clerk, I know you have questions regarding about the items too.
Yes, Mayor, I have a administrative correction for item number 4. On the recommendation, item number 2, it has the incorrect meeting type. It indicates that it was a regular meeting, but it was actually a special meeting. The agenda backup does have the correct titles for the meeting. And then in addition, the call to order has Councilmember Alexander at the time appearing via Zoom, but it was actually Councilmember Sanchez that appeared via Zoom. So I just wanted to announce that to make that administrative correction.
Thank you for the correction. Okay, now moving to the council. Councilmember Sanchez.
Move to approve the balance.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Ortiz.
I'd like to pull 9, 14, and 15.
Thank you. Councilmember, Mayor Pro Tem? None. Councilmember Flores?
None.
Thank you. Councilmember Charette? There's not a second, but would you like to be the second? Thank you. Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Sanchez?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Councilmember Charette? Councilmember Canas?
Yes.
Councilmember Flores?
Yes.
Councilmember Ortiz?
Yes.
The balance passes unanimous.
Thank you. Councilmember Ortiz, item number 9.
Yes, thank you. Madam Director, this originally went out for bid, and the company that was awarded the bid ended up turning down the position, as I read. One of the previous employees then started consulting and is able to complete this. Is that within us not, do we need to go out for RFP again? Is this within the purview of the council to be able to hire a consultant? I mean, where are we with this? And how long has this been in holding for you?
Yes. Thank you, Councilmember Ortiz. Jeannie Fortune with the Finance Department. As you had stated, this was an RFP and it was awarded 3 years ago, unfortunately before my time. And the goal at that time was to get an assessment, send out the RFP, award the enterprise resources planning system to a vendor. Unfortunately, that award only came late last year in November. That should have been done 12 months when they awarded this in May 22. Now, the said consultant agreed to do a needs assessment, do the RFP, and do the project management. Unfortunately, several months ago, they had told us that they will no longer provide support for that. At this point, we have now been 2.5 years into this process. And the system, just as a reminder for council, part of this was paid by ARPA funding. And we still have a couple more million in ARPA to spend on this project. Not for the consultant, but for other approved items. So for us to keep in track, and we finish this and go live by, again, our intended time was June 26th. We are requesting the approval of this. Now, the consultant we chose used to be with the firm that was supposed to actually do the project management. He was also a former city employee. So we thought with his knowledge of the existing system, his knowledge of the system that we are going into, we thought he would be best suited to help us through the next 18 months of this process. Yeah.
Thank you. And so, Mr. City Attorney, then are we okay assigning to a consultant? Like, are we legally okay, and we didn't have to go back out for RFP for any of this, and we can move forward?
Yes, you're on sound legal footing. As a general rule, anytime a contract comes to the council for services to approve, your procurement policy specifically says that there's an exemption from the normal procurement process if the council approves the contract. In this case, there was a procurement that was done, but even if there hadn't been, you could still approve it. So you're on sound legal footing.
Thank you. Move to approve.
Second.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, please call for the votes.
Councilmember Sanchez?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem? Oh, sorry, has stepped away. Councilmember Charette?
Yes.
Councilmember Canas? Councilmember Flores?
Yes.
Councilmember Ortiz?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. Item 14, Councilmember Ortiz.
Director Merrill, can you give us the Reader Digest version of what this is, just for the satisfaction of the community?
Absolutely. This is regarding the Waterman landfill. This was a 19-acre site that the city leased from 1950 to 1960. It was a municipal landfill. It was located at the south edge of the Santa Ana River. And over time, once the city concluded its lease, it went back to the property owner, which was the Tri-Cities Airport area, in which it was, part of that. We then became responsible for the landfill because we were the operator of it. And so in approximately 1994, we began to do, we had been doing what's called SWOT testing, which is testing the water to make sure that it's not being contaminated by the landfill. And then we were also required to monitor and install a methane gas collection system. That was done in approximately 2005. We actually operate a generator down at the landfill to take that methane gas and use it to turn electricity. The city has had continuing monitoring, and in approximately 2017, some of the monitoring probes began to see what we call a hot reading. In other words, they exceeded the regulatory standards for the methane. The San Bernardino County Department of Environmental Health, who acts as our local enforcement agency, issued a notice of violation back then, directing the city to perform several acts. The city did perform 3 of those requirements. They did not perform the 4th for whatever reason. It was right during about the bankruptcy time. And so in August of last year, we were put on notice from the local enforcement agency that we were in non-compliance. And so part of what they have asked us to do is that historically we've assumed where the actual waste was put into the landfill. They feel that there may have been additional waste that's outside of what we've considered the historic boundaries. And because of that, we're getting this hot probe on the south side of where the landfill footprint actually was. And so because of that, they have requested us to do some additional monitoring and do some intrusive identification of where the actual footprint of the waste is. And so this agreement that we're asking you to approve tonight is to allow us to proceed with some actual trenching, boring, to determine where the actual footprint of the waste is, and in order to help kind of characterize and then to help identify what may be causing this hot probe.
Thank you so much.
I hope that was the Reader's Digest.
No, that was perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Call for the votes.
Councilmember Sanchez,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes.
Councilmember Canas, Councilmember Flores,
Yes.
Councilmember Ortiz,
Yes.
and again, Councilmember Canas.
Councilmember Canas, are you there? Maybe thumbs up?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Heard her.
And Councilmember Charette?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Item 15, Councilmember Ortiz.
Last and real quick, I just want to make sure that part of this will be the ASA Academy, Charter Academy section. We're on East Street as part of the crosswalks and study areas.
Yes, it's on the list of the 117 locations to review that crosswalk location, yes.
And one more asked about Parkdale on Waterman. So you guys will also be checking that high area?
Parkdale.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Golden Valley Elementary and Parkdale Elementary. Golden Valley Middle School.
If there's an uncontrolled crosswalk,
Yes.
I think it's on the list, but I'll check. I'll double check.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Move to approve.
Thank you. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Please call for the votes.
Councilmember Sanchez?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Councilmember Charette?
Yes.
Councilmember Canas?
Yes.
Councilmember Flores?
Yes.
Councilmember Ortiz?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Thank you, Council. Moving on to items to be considered for future meetings. There's one item, item 16, employee job classification report to be provided to the Mayor and City Council on a quarterly basis. Councilmember Sanchez.
Yes, I would like it to also include or allow enough room for HR to come back with potentially other options that would satisfy proper oversight of reclassification of those positions. Move to approve.
Okay.
Please
There's
ask a question.
Councilmember Canas.
Yeah, so I would just like a little bit more clarity in regards to what our current process is for reclassifications.
Before we continue, is this open for discussion, or would this just have to just either yes or no and then come back for discussion?
I think just a brief response is warranted. Anything more than that, I would say we shouldn't. 'cause
Thank
we're
you.
getting into discussion.
Can-
Just brief.
Very brief, please.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council. Councilmember Canas, the current process is when departments identify positions that are misclassified, they submit a request to Human Resources. Human Resources reviews the request, determines whether or not the position is actually misclassified, and we make a recommendation as to the correct classification. Once we do that, we actually reclassify the position, and the position is changed. The person is moved on to the new classification.
Is that upon city manager's approval?
It does not go through the city manager. It's through Human Resources.
Councilmember Canas?
Okay, so I apologize because I thought that reclassifications did have to come before the council, but now you're saying they don't even have to go before the city manager?
It has not been requested that they go through the city manager. The process that we set and presented to the former city manager, they were okay with the process as it was. It does include a review from the department. It goes through, they have to double check with finance, and then it comes to HR. So Human Resources is in charge of the classification and compensation for the positions, and when we do that review and make that recommendation, that is what's used to reclassify the positions.
Thank you. Councilmember Ortiz?
So then, city manager, is this better under the purview of the city manager and not so much like when the budget comes to get like a receive and file, than a quarterly report? Like, is this, I mean, I guess it's an internal policy, right? You've been given power, so this would be an internal thing for you guys to discuss versus the council getting a list.
Well, this appears that it's a long-standing practice here at the city that it be an internal process. As I understand, the request is to come back with a report that outlines for the past quarter what has changed in the organization. I think that's what the request is.
Yeah, to have a,
My questions, because now we're saying there's really no checks and balances beyond HR. That's concerning to me. So I would like to second Councilmember Sanchez's motion.
Councilmember Sanchez?
yes.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Councilmember Charette? Yes. Councilmember Canas?
Yes.
Councilmember Flores?
No.
Councilmember Ortiz?
Just to clarify, this would be to come back so we could discuss this. Okay, yes.
Motion passes 5-1 with Councilmember Flores voting in opposition.
Thank you. Now we'll move on to Mayor and Council update. Councilmember Sanchez?
Yes, let me pull up my notes. The first thing is the city will be observing Juneteenth tomorrow. All city offices will be closed tomorrow. Second, I attended the grand reopening of the Cedar Point Chiropractic and Physical Therapy Center on Camino Real. The investment is an $800,000 remodel and expanded business. It looks great. I want to congratulate Dr. Ziad Alam and everyone at Cedar Point. And the third and final thing is congratulations to all our future police officers who last week successfully completed Police Academy, graduating as Academy Class 239. In this class, we have 5 police officers graduating, and they will begin the field training program in the coming weeks. It takes hard work, dedication, perseverance to be where they are, and we can't wait for them to hit the streets running and begin to serve our communities. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Ortiz?
Thank you, Mayor. I attended the Spicer Skateboard grand opening with the mayor and Councilman Flores and Councilwoman Ibarra. It's super cool. This came to fruition over the couple years, and it was so good to see the community and the kids out there, and just a part of this effort to rebuild San Bernardino. And so that was really great. Attended Coffee with a Cop over in the Eastern District yesterday, and the turnout was amazing. I want to give a shout out to the commissioner. Dang it, I can't remember anybody's name right now. The ponytail. God, that's here. Junior, Jesus. I want to say thanks, Junior, for all the hard work that he does and how he really pushes to get people to be active, and brought the mayor of Highland over to give a quick hello to everybody, and I just thought that was fantastic. We had the 7th Ward are starting to have little block meetings, which I really appreciate, and they're not neighborhood association meetings, although some of them are part of it, but I know we had the community member talk about what's going on in their street, and these are the type of things that are extremely important outside of, the cleanups. It's what is happening next door, what's happening across the street, and I really appreciate all the feedback that I'm getting back. And then the street paving is coming, so we'll be announcing, we have already approved it, but new lists will be coming. And just thank you guys. I want to thank the employees for all your hard work and everything that you've been doing. The feedback from the 7th Ward is that you guys are an amazing team, and we really do appreciate you. So thank you.
Mayor, if I can correct
Thank
something?
you. I'm sorry?
If I can correct something?
Yes.
Yes, so the animal shelter actually will be open tomorrow. So anyone who's coming in to adopt a pet, whatever the case may be, the shelter is open. Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem?
Thank you. I, along with a few of my colleagues up here, had the opportunity to attend the San Bernardino County Firefighters, the Fire Ops 101, where we received a bit of a crash course on some of the work that they do. It's certainly intense. You certainly get a firsthand experience of some of the work that they do, not completely, but just kind of get a taste of it. And so we certainly appreciate the work that our firefighters do, and just wanted to say thank you for that opportunity as well. I don't see Eric in here anymore, but I did have the opportunity to visit the community garden with him. He was kind enough to show me around, and we were able to pick some fruits and vegetables there as well. So I thank you. Thank you, Eric. I don't see him anymore, but I know you're probably either watching or listening or something, but thank you. I also had the opportunity, and I think that the mayor did as well, however, I think she went on a different day, had an opportunity to go to the Wolf's Den down in the 3rd Ward. It's a training center that focuses on training. It's a family-friendly environment, but they focus on training for kind of like the American Ninja Warrior type of stuff. And I had the opportunity to watch Xavier Ochoa also, who is currently participating in the American Ninja Warrior, moving along as well. Hopefully he'll be successful as well, but I had an opportunity to meet there and just watch, him being hands-on, and it's amazing the work that they do there as well. So thank you to Diego there at the Wolf's Den. And then finally, I also had the opportunity to attend a community meeting hosted by Councilmember Kim Canas. You're doing a great job there. Thank you so much for putting that together. A lot of feedback from residents who came in from all over the city as well. And so thank you for that. And I'm planning on hosting one probably in August, September or so, but I'll be putting out that information too as we get closer to the date as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilmember Flores?
Thank you, Mayor. I also had the opportunity to attend the Fire Ops 101 with the San Bernardino County Fire, so it was great to learn about all the efforts and the technology that they use in action. And it also was great to just kind of fulfill that childhood dream of being a firefighter. So I got to see how hot it really gets when you're in that burning building. Also attended the Future Fair celebration at Community Hospital. It's incredible things are happening at Community Hospital in the 6th Ward, where their state-of-the-art technology is allowing the feasibility to do practices in surgery and just the runtime on it. It's just a better quality for residents and attendees at the hospital. Also attended the Spiker Skate Park ribbon cutting. Great to see all the skaters out there, all the families enjoying life. I attended the Rise and Shine Cancer Survivor Celebration this past week as well, right across the street from Community Hospital. It was great to engage with the families and just kind of celebrate another year of life. And just from my engagement, we take a lot of things for granted, and we can see how one small thing can change the trajectory of your life. Not only impacts the individual going through it, but the family as well. This Saturday attended the American Girl Doll Tea Party over in the west side at Dr. Mildred Elementary School. And thank you to the library, San Bernardino Library Foundation, for putting that together. Great turnout, a great experience to learn more about the preservation of things and just the history of the elementary school and all the things that come. And lastly, attended the Flag Day celebration at the Elks Lodge. Great event, great day to learn about the history of our flag. A lot of times Flag Day goes unnoticed because we're more focused on the 4th of July and the celebration of fireworks. But when you get to sit down and just indulge in the history of our flag and how it came to be, you kind of come to realize the bigger picture. And that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Charette?
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, I too attended the Fire Ops 101. What an outstanding experience that was. Fire Ops 101 hosted by the fire department and our local fire union 935. It was a great event. I was thoroughly shocked, and you all would be, at the weight of that turnout. The turnouts are the uniforms, or the outfits, the yellow outfits that you see them wearing. And they had those for each, they had a brand-new set of boots, helmets, the whole 9 yards. And once I was suited up, I felt like that kid in the Christmas Story that couldn't walk because of those heavy outfits. But we need to realize what those guys do every day, and they wear those most of the day when they're out on events. And it wore me out just wearing it for a couple of hours and sitting through that. So I want to thank them and again recognize what they do for us all every day, our firefighters and our public safety people. Also attended the Eastern District Coffee with a Cop, as was stated earlier, yesterday at the Highland Senior Center. The Highland Senior Center is actually in San Bernardino, so I don't want people to think that that's in the city of Highland. It's on Highland Avenue, right there at the Patton State Hospital. And Penny Lilburn, the mayor of Highland, runs that organization, and it is a great organization. And again, kudos to my commissioner, Junior, and our Lieutenant Luna. We did have over 75 people there yesterday, and it's a great turnout, and they work very hard in the Eastern District to get the people out for these Coffee with a Cop events. And then one more announcement for this coming Saturday morning up at Wildwood Park. No, I'm sorry. It's the Wildwood Park Neighborhood Association. It's their annual pancake breakfast. Starts at 7 a.m. and goes to 11. It's an all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast. It's at the Lutheran Church up at the north end of Sierra Way, 5050 North Sierra Way. It's the best ever all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast, Saturday, June 21st, 7:30 a.m. to 11, and I believe it's $5 for tickets, and it's all the pancakes you can eat. And then lastly, we'll be saying it again because we do have one more meeting before the 4th of July, but I want to remind all of our citizens here that fireworks in this community obviously are a concern, and we do approve and the nonprofits do well with the safe and sane fireworks, but that is all that's allowed, and it's only allowed below the 210 freeway. So if you're buying them and taking them up above the 210 freeway, you should not be doing that. It is illegal, and we will hold you accountable if you're caught. So again, just a reminder that fireworks, safe and sane fireworks are available in San Bernardino for the 210 freeway south, and we'll wish everybody a happy 4th of July, but we will be meeting on the 2nd, so couple of days prior to the 4th of July, so I will be reminding you all again. I believe the fireworks go on sale 2 days before, so they'll start on sale about the 1st or 2nd. And they're not to be used until the 4th, and they're to be used appropriately below the 210 freeway. So please adhere to those rules. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. All right, I'm the final person. Here's my
Mayor,
update.
you missed me.
Oh, I'm
Mayor,
sorry. Councilmember Canas, yes.
Thank you so much. I'll be brief. As Mayor Pro Tem had mentioned, I did host my community visioning meeting for the 5th Ward. It was a great turnout, a great show of community. I want to thank my fellow council colleagues, Mayor Pro Tem, Councilmember Sanchez, and Councilmember Ibarra for joining me. The community was thrilled to see the council united. It was a great display of council and community gathering to really truly discuss the community's ideas and wishes. So again, I just want to say thank you. We were able to unite for the betterment of our city, and that's what it's all about. I will be extending a survey online to garner more feedback from the community that was not able to attend. I got a lot of text messages and emails from community members that were sad they weren't able to make it. So I do want to open up that forum to them to be able to express their ideas and opinions also. So community, look out for that. That will be coming soon. Also, there's a few points of contention in the Fifth Ward that may seem minor, but were huge for the community. One being Tom Minor Park, which was closed for about 2 years. I worked with Public Works as well as our interim city manager, Mr. Gallardo, and I am thrilled to report that the wood chips have been installed. They were actually installed, I believe, yesterday. So the rubber surround filled with wood chips is now there. I think lastly, we'll just be waiting for the repairs of the actual playground equipment. So city manager, I hope to get an update on that soon. And then also the Chestnut Trail. Unfortunately, that as well for quite a couple of years has been in disrepair. I've been getting text messages, including pictures of neighbors seeing city crews out there cleaning the trail. I know also city manager has updated me that we will be getting some estimates for the fencing repair. So we should see that trail restored very soon. So I want to extend a extreme thank you and my ultimate gratitude to our team and city manager Bill Gallardo for really helping the Fifth Ward remedy those points of contention, again, that have been present for about 2 years now. So thank you. And lastly, the Blair Park Neighborhood Association, they are going to be hosting their meeting on Saturday, the 21st at 9 a.m. at Shannon Hills Golf Course. And I do believe that our police chief will be the guest speaker. And that concludes my announcements. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Okay, finally, my update. On June 5th, I attended the Southern California Association of Government Community Economic and Human Development Committee and Regional Council. On June 6th, I had the opportunity to participate as well with my colleagues, the Local 935 Fire Ops 101, and that has really deepened my appreciation for the courage, skill, and commitment for our San Bernardino Fire Department. So a huge thank you to Jim Gregoroli and the Local 935 for the invitation and for your continued service to the city. On June 7th, I joined our Fifth Ward residents for the beautification of Bond Street. They are one of the recipients of the recent Love Your Block grant. My father and I came out there and spent 2 hours helping them really transform that cul-de-sac, and it is amazing. Huge, stark difference. I look forward to the completion of that project. On June 10th, I attended the State of the Labor Workforce held at the Teamsters headquarters in San Bernardino. Thank you so much for the data information. Data doesn't lie, and it was really, really eye-opening to see the workforce in our region. On June 11th, I attended the SBCTA General Policy Committee meeting and Unincorporated Chambers Summit. On June 12th, I attended the SBCTA, also known as San Bernardino County Transportation Authority, a Metro Valley Study Session, San Bernardino Council of Governments Ad Hoc Committee, and the California Cities Policy Committee on Housing, Community, and Economic Development. On June 13th, I also joined the California Cities Policy Committee on Transportation and Public Works. On June 17th, I had the opportunity to attend the groundbreaking of Pacific Village Phase 2, a San Bernardino County project located at Pacific and Arden. I want to thank the county for its continued leadership and commitment to addressing homelessness and expanding access to affordable housing in our region. Projects like this are essential to creating a long-term solutions that uplift our most vulnerable residents and strengthen the fabric of our communities. And I know city staff and our ad hoc committee on homelessness are working with the county closely. So thank you. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to Caltrans District 8 for the critical maintenance work being completed throughout our city, from improved freeway conditions to cleaner corridors. I've seen it. I don't know if you're seeing it when you exit 2nd Street, 5th Street, all of those, they are out there. Your team's effort are making a real difference in our daily lives of our residents and visitors, so we appreciate your commitment to keeping San Bernardino safe, clean, and connected. That is all my updates, and thank you, staff, again, for all of your hard work. The meeting's adjourned at 7:22 p.m. The next joint regular meeting of the Mayor and City Council and the Mayor and City Council acting as the successor agency to the Redevelopment Agency and the Mayor and City Council acting as the San Bernardino City Housing Authority and Mayor and City Council of the City of San Bernardino acting as the San Bernardino Joint Powers Finance Authority will adjourn to the regular meeting to be held on July 2nd, 2025 at the Feldheim Central Library located here at 555 West 6th Street, San Bernardino, California, 92410. Closed session will begin at 4 p.m. Open session will begin at 5 p.m. Have a good evening, everyone, and enjoy your dinner. Thank you.